Today, I will start the second type of the partial fraction. Before starting this one, I will explain the properties of identity. The first properties of identities. As already we know about the identities, those equations which are true for every value of the variable. Just like this one, if we have x plus y whole square, that is equal to the x square plus 2xy plus y square. So that is the identity which is true for every value of x as well as the every value of y. Similarly, if we suppose we replace over here x by 1 and y by 2. Just I want to check my answer is correct or not. So 1 plus 2 on the left hand side, y will place over here. So that must be the 1 square plus 2 times 1 into 2 and plus 2 square. 1 plus 2 becomes 3 square and that is equal to the 1 plus 4 plus 4. So I will get the 9 is equal to 9. So the first one is over here. Already we have used this concept in the previous AS level when we are making a completed square form, then we have to use the properties of identity. What's the meaning of this one? Just like this one, if we have x cubed plus 3x square minus 10x plus 1 is equal to the x minus 1 times x minus 1 times ax square plus bx plus c plus b. So in this case, we have some information. Then we expand the brackets on the right hand side, then the coefficient of the like terms must be equal. That is a property. What is the property is the coefficient of like terms must be equal. Coefficient of like terms in a given inequality, the given identity will be equal. So coefficient of like terms must be equal. That is a property. What's the meaning of this one? So if we have this one, the x cubed plus 3x squared minus 10x plus 1 is equal to the, when I will expand this one, I will get the ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx minus ax squared minus bx minus c plus d. So the coefficient of like terms must be equal. What's the meaning of this one? The coefficient of the like terms means x cubed, the term will be equal to the ax cubed. The first one is. The second one is the terms of the x square is 3x square, that is equal to the bx square minus ax square. The third term of the x is minus 10x is equal to the minus cx minus bx plus c. And the last term will be over here, the plus 1, that is equal to the constant term. The constant term is minus c plus d. With the help of this one, we can find the values of a, b, and c. Similarly, D, we can find the values of A, B, and C. What's the meaning of this one? Suppose over here, this x cube is cancelled by x cube. So the answer of A is equal to 1. X square by taking common will cancel out. I will get that 3 is equal to the B minus A. 3 is equal to the B minus A means B minus 1. I will get the value of B is 4. X is cancelled by this one. I will get the minus 10 is equal to the minus B plus C. Put the value of B over here. That becomes minus 4 plus C. So answer of C is minus 6. And the last value you have to put over here. 1 is equal to the minus 6 plus D, and D is equal to the minus 5, if I'm not wrong. So in this inequality, if we have x cubed plus 3x squared minus 10x plus 1, so that will be equal to the x minus 1 times ax squared plus bx plus c plus d. The values of A will be this one. So what is the very important property? The coefficient of the like terms in an given inequality, not in an equation. In an given inequality must be equal. That's the property is very important. Now I will define the second type of the partial fraction. Type 2. Type 2 of partial fraction. Very simple, very easy. If denominator consists of at least one repeated linear factor. Repeated linear factor. What's the meaning of this one? Repeated linear factor. First of all, I will explain the basic concept of the repeated and the non-repeated. I will discuss over here the first two different factors. For the first factor is with the blue marker, x square minus x minus. Second one is x square plus 4x plus 4. I will make the factors over here. And the first one is, with the help of the midterm breaking, I can make the factors x square minus 2x plus x minus 2. X is taken as common, x minus 2 plus 1 is taken as common, x minus 2. So I will get x minus 2, that is the first factor, which is common in both the brackets, and then I have x plus 1. So there are two factors. Both the factors are linear, but both the factors are different. So two factors, both are linear, and both are different. So these three qualities in this factorization. Now I will make the factor of this one, the last one, x square plus 2x plus 2x plus 4. X is taken as common, x plus 2 plus 2 is taken as common. Again, I will get x plus 2. So x plus 2 times x plus 2 is equal to the x plus 2 times whole square. But in this case, there are two factors. The first factor is x plus 1. So again, I have to write the information from the second factorization. Two factors. So first information is two factors. Both factors are linear. Both factors are linear. And the last one is, that is a very important thing, not different, but there are same factors, repeated factors, equal factors. So I have to use the word repeated factor. So if the denominator is consisting of at least one repeated factor, how you will judge it? You have the whole square, you have the whole cube, you have the whole raised to power 4. So all these terms are said to be the repeated factors. So what are the examples of the repeated factors? I'm writing with the yellow marker. What are the examples of over here? The first one is 3x plus 1 over x minus 2 and x plus 1 whole square. That is called the question of type 2. 4x minus 1 divided by x minus 1, and we have x square minus x minus 2. X square minus x minus 2. Just to observe over here, right now I am unable to decide which is the type of this partial fraction, but I have to make the factors of the denominator. So I will get x plus 1 into, I will make the factor of 2, you will get the answer. So x minus 2x plus 1. We have two factors with the same terms, with the linear terms. So I can write this one as 4x minus 1 divided by x plus 1, because this x plus 1 will make x plus 1 whole square into x minus 2. So remember that whenever you have 4x minus 1, the whole square is given. So that is called the repeated factor. So that is called the repeated factor. Third example over here, it is not the terms involving the whole square is called the repeated factor. It may be just like this one, 5x plus 3 divided by x minus 1 whole square, whole cube, x plus 2. So all these examples are the factors of repeated factors. Now, I have different concept, different step to solve this type of the question. If the type is belonging to the second type, or the partial fraction belonging to the second type, then it is very easy to simplify this one. Just try to solve this one. Before solving this type of the questions, we have to consider the steps. So I'm writing the steps, then we have to follow. Steps for partial fraction of type 2. Steps for type 2. Step number 1. Write required fractions. Sorry, beta. Write required fractions according to number of factors in denominators. In denominators. Step number 2. Step number 2, write unknown numerator and factors as denominators. such that fractions of repeated factors starts from least power or exponent. The third step is multiply denominator of the left hand side to each numerator of the right hand side. Number 4. Find unknown numerator of non-repeated factor by type 1 method. Find unknown numerator of highest exponent of repeated factor by type 1 method. Last step I'm not writing over here because the board is so small. First of all, I will explain the thing same as it is, the same step I have to follow. Just you have to try to understand these steps step by step. Question will be just like this one. We have question split into partial fraction. Split into partial fraction. Suppose we have this question x minus 2 over x plus 1 and x plus 2 whole square. First of all, I have to observe which is the type of this partial fraction. First of all, I have to observe which is the type of the partial fraction. Very easy, very simple. The denominator is consisting of one repeated factor and one non-repeated factor. So I will read the steps and try to apply over here. I will start with the help of the reading the step with red marker. Write a required fraction according to the number of factors in denominator. Just observe how many factors are given. The first factor is x plus 1. That factor is called non-repeated factor. Whereas there are two factors. The whole square is saying that there are two factors. So you have to make three fractions. You have to make three fractions as type 1 method. That is called the first fraction. That is called second fraction. That is called third fraction. And any two fractions, you must have the plus sign over here. You must have the plus sign over here. Now what will you do? You have to write the factors as denominator. First of all, try to write the factors which is non-repeating. So x plus 1 is a factor without any whole power. So first step is this one. Write a required fraction according to the number of factors in denominator. So there are 3 factors. I read it out and apply this one over here. Write unknown numerators and factors. Okay, 1, A, B, and C. Now the second step is very important because that step is different from the type 1 method. Write unknown numerator and factors as denominator such that fraction of the repeated factors starts from the least exponent. So what is the repeated factor? X plus 2 whole square. So you have to start from its least power. Least power is 1. And over here, have to move up to the maximum power. X plus 2 over here and x plus 2 over here. That is a very important step. That's the difference between the type 1 and type 2 method. So what's the difference is x plus 1 is a non-repeated factor. So the repeated factor x plus 2, you have to start from the minimum power. Minimum power as a whole number is 1 and you have to move up to the highest power, that is 2. Now, the rest of the steps you have as it is in the previous type. So, what's the next step is? Multiply denominator of the left hand side to each numerator of the right hand side. Now you will write this one, x minus 2 is equal to b. Denominator will multiply by each numerator. So I will write a times x plus 1 into x plus 2 whole square divided by x plus 1 plus b times the denominator on the left hand side is x plus 1 and x plus 2. You have to write on the other side x plus 1 whole square, sorry, x plus 1 as it is and x plus 2 whole square divided by x plus 2 whole square. The third fraction is again c times x plus 1 as it is and x plus 2 whole square divided by x plus 2 whole square. Now, if all the denominators are cancelled out, this means your steps are correct and some denominators are left or one denominator is left, this means your steps are wrong. So x plus 1 is cancelled by this x plus 1, x plus 2 is cancelled by this 1 power, and this whole term is cancelled by this 1. After cancellation, I will get x minus 2 is equal to the a times x plus 2 whole square plus b times x plus 1 into x plus 2 and plus c times x plus 1 as it is. Now, that is a very important thing. That is the thing you want to write this one. That is the equation you will find the answer with the help of this one. Now, what's the next step is? Very simple. The next step is you have to find the value of A. Where A is existing, A is in the first step. That is the A. Over here, you have to observe A is over here. So to find the value of A, you have to put its denominator equal to 0 and find the value of x. So x plus 1 equal to 0, it becomes x is equal to minus 1. That value you have to substitute in this rectangle. Already I have this one. That value you have to substitute over here. So I will get minus 1 minus 2 is equal to a times minus 1 plus 2 whole square. And remember that just like the type number 1, when you replace x by minus 1 over here, you will get the 0 answer. B times minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 2. And similarly, you have to put over here minus 1 plus 1 as it is. Now that the mathematics is very simple, very easy. What's the answer? Minus 1 minus 2 becomes minus 3. A means 1 raised to power 2. And minus 1 plus 1 becomes 0. And 0 multiplied by B or any other term becomes 0. And the C is also becomes 0. So what's the answer of A is? Answer of A is equal to the minus 1, sorry, minus 3. That is very important. I have got the answer of minus 3. That is very important. So that answer is very important. There is the first unknown. Now what the second unknown is? That is cardinal. That step is very important. Find the unknown numerator of the non-repeated factor by type 1. One thing is missing. Find unknown numerator of the non-repeated factor. That is 4 step I already have done, and I have this one. The 5th step, find unknown numerator of the highest exponent. Okay, now x plus 2 is the highest exponent is 2. That unknown you have to find. Over here, that is a very important thing. So that is the important thing is just like this one. X plus 2 raised to power 1 is over here in the case of B. And x plus 2 whole square in the case of C. So I have to observe the C. I have to observe the C over here. So I can find the value of C by type 1 method. How? So to find the value of C, C is equal to the unknown. What's the answer of this one? You have to put x plus 2 equal to 0. By taking square root on both sides, I will get the x plus 2 equal to 0. And then x is equal to the minus 2. So put over here in the original this equation, that is the without any fractions. So I will get the minus 2 over here. The plus 1 is becomes a times 0 plus x minus 2 b times 0 and plus c is minus 2 plus 1. So I will get the minus 4 is equal to the minus 2c. So over here I will get c is equal to the, sorry, not minus 2, it is plus minus 1. C will be equal to the 4. That is the second information. Now I have to write the third one. So that is the second information. That is very, very important. Again, you have to write the third set of information. What is the third set of information? I will erase these steps because one step is left. As I said, the last step you have to observe over here. So 5 steps are over here. I have to write the 6th step. Step number 6. Apply equalizing the coefficient of the like terms. Equalizing coefficient of like terms to find other unknown. To find other unknown. What's the meaning of this one? To find the other unknown? Because the highest C is known, that is 4. A is known, that is minus 3. That is the numerator of non-repeated, and the numerator of the repeated factor is the highest power. So other power you have to apply this last step. That is a very important. to find the value of B. So I have to change the color. Suppose the color is now in this case is green. What you will do to find the value of B, you have to compare the coefficients, but the coefficient will be comparable only when you have to remove all the brackets. I will make it short. X minus 2 is equal to the A times x square plus 4x plus 4 plus B times, I will make it short, x square plus 3x plus 2 and plus C times x plus 1. So x minus 2 becomes ax square plus 4ax plus 4a plus bx square plus 3bx plus 2b. And the last one is plus cx plus c. Now, as I said, you have to equalize the like terms equal to the like terms. What's the meaning of this one? Like terms must be equal to the like terms. So on the left hand side, there is no terms of x square. So you have to write 0x square. Now, what are the terms of x square? Is ax square and plus bx square. That is called the first comparison. Then you have to put the comma, change the sign of the marker. Now I have the terms of x. On the left hand side, the term of x is only x. On the right hand side is 4a plus 3b, 4ax plus 3b, and the last one is plus cx. And what's the constant terms over here? The constant term is minus 2 on the left hand side and 4a plus 2b plus c. The terms of x square, the terms of x and the terms of the constant we have to equalize. No, I will cancel the terms. X square by taking common will cancel out. I will get 0 is equal to the a plus b. X is cancelled, that is equal to the 4a plus 3b plus c. Constant terms are over here as it is. Now it's your choice. You can use either one of these three equations to find the value of b. Because already in the first step, you have done with the values of the a as well as the value of c. So if any equation you will use, the first one, the second one, the third one, out of these three equations, you select any equation, the answer will be same. That is the first equation in the box, that is second equation in the box, and that is third equation in the box. It's your choice. Select any equation, you will get the same answer. Just I will make it sure. The first one is, I will use the blue marker. The value of a is already minus 3. When I put over here, 0 is equal to the minus 3 plus b. So I will get the answer of b is equal to the plus 3. Now use the second equation, this one. I want to check my answer is correct or wrong. 1 is equal to the 4 times a means already given, that is minus 3. B is unknown, 3b. What's the value of c is plus 4? 1 is equal to the minus 12 plus 4 plus 3b. Minus 12 plus 4 becomes minus 8. When you shift on the other side, it becomes plus 8. So 9 is equal to 3b. After cancellation, I will get b is equal to 3. As I said, you can select any one of these two equations. Now the last one is, that is, I will use the different color of the marker over is yellow color. Minus 2 is equal to the 4 times a means minus 3 plus 2b is unknown, plus c is 4. Minus 2 is equal to the plus 12 minus 4 is equal to 2b. It becomes 6 is equal to 2b, and after cancellation, I will get the answer of b is equal to 3. So in any one of these three equations, one of these three identities, you can find the values of b. It's your choice. Okay, now I will rearrange. After finding the value of a as well as b as well as c, you have to write the given expression in a very civilized manner, according to the required format of Cambridge University. So how you will write this one as, just I will put the values. I am erasing this step. So you have to write with the help of, suppose the color I will change. The color is now black. Hence, after putting the values of this one, you will get one fraction is given x minus 2 over x plus 1 into x plus 2 is equal to the value of a is given. What's the value of a is according to our information? Minus 3 over x plus 1. What's the value of b is already calculated, that is 3 over x plus 2. What's the value of c is? That is 4 over x plus 2 whole square. So I have split it down the one fraction into two or more fraction. That is called the partial fraction. Now I will just introduce the third type. The first type is if all the factors in the denominator are the linear and different. And today I discuss the second type of the partial fraction. If all the factors in denominator must include at least one repeated factor. One linear repeated factors. Now the type number 3. It is going to finish the time of the meeting. Just I will rejoin and discuss type number 3. Thank you, beta.